y'all, it's Ejanae.
And it's Kimberly,
and welcome to Season 1 of Sonder Sessions Studio. This is where deep thoughts meet real laughs, hard feelings meet open arms, and life just gets to be life.
We ask questions, we stretch thinking, and we sit with nuance. We will feel, laugh, and learn together.
So let's sit back, relax, and get into it.
Welcome back. This is If My Mom Didn't Perm My Hair Part 2, where we discuss further about our thoughts and opinions about natural hair within the Black community, our own experiences with our natural hair, and our thoughts, comments, concerns, and hysteria regarding the topic. Anyways, welcome back. Let's continue on.
Ooh, we kind of touched on this a bit.
What?
African braiders versus Israeli.
Yes, we did. Guys.
Let me take the glasses off because it's going to piss me off.
I've honestly never been to an IG. Well, okay, I guess I have been to an IG braider. One of the girls I used to be friends with in college, she did my hair for free as like a trial. It was real cute. She ate that, like cornrows and stuff like that. Her prices were cool. They were cool. And then my cousin also does hair. Her prices are cool. But recently, I've been seeing so much jarring content about these braider policies.
Bro.
Like, their pricings have always been egregious, but now it's their policies. I saw this girl, she pulled up to the woman's suite, I believe 5 minutes before her appointment.
Yeah.
She was standing outside, nobody was there or anything like that, so she was confused. Her appointment time rolls around, nobody's still there. She texts the lady, she's like, are you coming? She's like, yes, I'm almost there on the way. Why did she say that this lady walks by her, opens the salon suite, and she asked the lady, she was like, oh, is this, like, are you the owner of the suite? She's like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay. Mind you, she was 5 minutes late. She didn't talk to her or anything. She was on the phone. She walked right by her, opened the suite, and she was like, oh, I've been here for like 5 minutes or whatever. She's like, yeah, next time be here on time. Don't be 5 minutes early. Be here at your appointment time.
Okay. There were a lot of thoughts that I had in my mind when I heard that story that I just needed a minute to reel in.
Because what?
So I used to go to a lot of IG braiders, and I went to one.
Yeah, you did.
I went to one consistently for a few years, and then one day she played in my face, and I never went to her again. And then I actually switched.
And that always ends up happening, which is so sad.
I switched to the African hair braiders. Here's my thing: I don't care if you can design the solar system in my scalp with your braiding skills. If you lack professionalism, exit stage left. I don't know what it is with IG braiders and just IG people in general, whether it's braids, lashes, nails, everything in between, and you guys lack professionalism and yet want to charge all of these prices. You do realize that a lot of the times when people hike up prices, it's also because of the experience you provide. I'm in your house, I'm in your mother's basement, okay, no snacks, I haven't eaten all day, you came 5 minutes late, got mad at me. You're
not washing my hair, you're not blow drying my hair, you're not actually providing me a real full service. I feel like just doing the hair is like half a service. No shade. It's like half a service.
Right, but it takes me so long to do your hair. Who told you to
That's
do
the craft, babe.
That's the craft.
Listen,
you signed up for this. You signed up for this. If I would be happy to pay $500 for braids, beautiful braids, if I'm getting my hair washed, detangled, blow dried, treatment, all that good stuff.
Lunch and provided for $500 too. No shade. Hello.
You got little snacks in the office, nice little ambiance, TV, all of that good stuff. No, I'm in your mother's basement. You could charge me $250 for hair. You know what you need to do? You need to go to school to be a hairstylist for real, because you don't even have a license.
Get that license, please. Get that license.
So you don't have a license, but you have enough audacity where you think that you can act the way that you do. And I've made it a rule for myself. If I go on someone's booking site and I see mess, I'm exiting. I'm not even going to continue. I don't want to book with you. I don't care how good your hair, how good you do hair. I'm not doing it.
And I sit here and I wonder how good do they actually do hair, some of them, because again, this whole gel thing, putting pounds of gel on the hair to keep the parts straight or the braids crisp or whatever, but you go to a typical African salon and maybe they're using Blue Magic, maybe they're not using any products at all on your hair, but it still has that same degree of crispness. So it's like, can you actually do hair, or is the gel saving you?
It's the gel saving you.
It's the gel in that comb.
When I switch to the African hair braiders, they barely put, like, they'll put like a tiny little piece for the whole thing, the whole head, and it'll be like, ding, ding, ding. I'm like,
but the IG braiders got that whole little metal thing with a pound of gel on it, scooping that whole comb up on there, gel up and down every single side of the part.
Right, and it's like, no
scalp breathing room.
No.
None of that.
I'm not doing that. First of all, low key is not even safe for your hair.
It's not. Follicles clogged all the way up.
be like, I don't know if any of these people, not gonna lie, even adhere to proper health standards.
They
when it comes to
don't.
dealing with hair. That
If
like,
they have no license, they don't care about no code of
the
conduct.
rules are ridiculous. The pricing is ridiculous, and you can most of the time get the same kind of quality of hair, same kind of style.
The IG braiders, no shade to some of y'all.
All shade.
They really want you to have long ass hair too to do your hair.
I've heard about that. I've
Yeah.
actually gotten told, like, I remember I've gotten told, I like doing your hair because it's easy, because it's long. So then you just don't know how to do hair, babe.
Go to the African braiders, baby. They need 1.5 centimeters of hair to grip. That's all they need. Gripping the hell out that hair. Gripping it.
And it's like, listen, I'm all for people making their own money, but at the same time, I'm also for actual businesses providing actual value, and it's giving that like y'all are just charging us prices so that you can fund the lifestyle you want.
Yes, paying your rent, paying your trip fees.
Exactly, rather than actually charging us prices that are indicative of the kind of service you provide and the quality of service you provide. And that's the problem. And which is why was another reason why I stopped doing braids, because I'm like, I'm paying all of this money and my hair sucks. At the very least, I paid $200 to get this silk press, but I got product recommendations. We went through a consultation where he figured out what was wrong with my hair and what I could do for the future. Like literally, he gave me a whole routine. And he gave me a hydration treatment and a silk press.
Clock it.
So boom shakalaka.
That's a real service being provided.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Because I'm not playing with y'all. Maybe we should start thinking about that. Anyway, let's move on. Microlocs.
Guys, I had seen this tweet one time that really triggered my brain, and I could never find it again after the one day I read it. It said something along the lines of sister locks is the cousin to straight hair, which I thought was such a jarring comment to say, because how are you telling somebody, because locks are a natural style, it's your natural hair just locked up in a smaller form. You're telling me because somebody wants smaller locks that they're similar to a white person? Also, am I shitting on people who have free forms? Am I calling you a tree?
Right. Also, I hate to tell and break this to y'all, but black people can't have straight hair. I'm really sorry to tell this to y'all.
We are so phenotypically diverse. It's crazy as a diaspora. It's insane. You guys wouldn't believe it. Yeah. Naturally, too. Black natural gingers. Natural blue eyes. Literally.
My baby sister has blue eyes. Both of her parents are black.
Hello. Look at the Aboriginals in down in Oceania.
There's a whole group. There's a whole sect of Africans in Africa with blonde hair. Yeah. Blonder than blonde, like platinum damn near.
Yeah. Natural.
I'm very sorry, but I think that we have a very limited view of what black actually means.
I hate when women, or not women, I'm sorry. I hate when people are like wearing natural hair and they're picturing some Black Panther, power to the people, afro. Like, okay, we don't all have to do that though.
Like, I have a friend who's Haitian. Like, both of her parents are Haitian. The girl barely has 3A hair, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The girl barely. Man, the girl, like she got a.
That's what she got to scrunched out.
You know what I mean?
With the mousse and the gel.
The same way that the white people can have coarse hair, I've seen it.
Me too.
It kind of annoys me a bit, but it's just because it's a trick.
Especially a lot of the Jewish people, I feel like they have quite thick hair.
The same way they can have thick, like 3B hair is the same way we could also have damn near straight hair, or even like curly hair that basically grows in straight and then forms a curl after the fact. I've seen it many times. My cousins.
Wait, grows in straight and then forms a curl?
Yeah, like you know how like you see those people where they have curly hair, but everything at the root is straight.
No.
I gotta show you a picture.
What?
I gotta show you a picture.
Oh
but like, it's like, it's not that their hair is. It like, for example, our hair, it starts curling at the root. Yeah. Their hair kind of grows in straight a little bit and then begins to curl.
Okay, maybe I have seen that.
Yeah, like anyway, the whole idea of like Microlocs are the cousins of straight hair, and if it was, who cares?
Who cares? Because again, with the whole policing thing, because how does your hair look? Are you wearing your natural hair out? Are you in a wash and go every day? Right. Roll out of bed, hair flat. You go into the store? Are you?
And I think that's the confusion when we have this conversation, because everyone thinks that we're asking you to wear 1980s disco hair. We're not asking you to do that. We're just asking you to take care of the hair that you've been given that comes out of your head.
And wear it how it grows once in a while. Damn.
Wear it how it grows once in a while. Like, it ain't that no one's gonna beat you for that.
Nobody.
I don't even wear wash and goes. It is
me totally either
as well. The problem isn't about wearing wash and goes. The problem is why you don't wear your hair.
Internalized hatred.
It's about the reasoning behind it. And you guys, I hate every time we have this conversation because you act willfully obtuse when we have it. Oh, I just don't. you just don't like your hair. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
And I love this topic in particular because it's something that I've contemplated myself. Straight naturals and silk presses. As you can see, I have a silk press right now. And recently, in terms of thinking about what I want to do with my hair, I've been heavily considering becoming a straight natural. And I think partially that's because my mom's a straight natural. No, she's not a straight natural. She has relaxed hair, but my mom has had her hair straight all of her life.
Oh, so what is a straight natural?
A straight natural is a person who has their hair curly. And it is curly. I mean, if they put water in their hair, it will curl back up, but they wear their hair predominantly straight.
Okay, I knew something like that in college.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So for me, for example, I am not technically a straight natural, but I do manipulate my hair in a blow dried state. So I always blow dry my hair every time I wash it. But that's just,
oh wow, every time.
Every time.
I don't even own a heat tool.
I have a Rev Air and stuff like that, so I blow dry it just so I can do my twists, and it prevents fairy knots from me. Because I have a lot of issues.
Somebody who needs to get their hair done would hate to come to my house because all I have is a pack of combs. And that's it.
Because I used to do my twists a lot with just my natural hair, but it's so many fairy knots. And like,
yes, I get. I get sisters are happy when it comes to my hair.
Yeah, but like blow drying it has actually helped that a lot. So
okay.
I do understand, and I know that for some people, being a straight natural really, really does work for them. And honestly, I don't really have that much of an issue with straight naturals because at the end of the day, you know what a straight natural can do that most other people can't? Take care of their hair.
Yep.
They can take care of their hair. To be a straight natural and to do it well and to do it like to actually take care of your hair, you have to really understand your hair. You have to pour into your hair to make sure that it is as healthy as it can possibly be to be a straight natural. At the very least, you're taking care of your hair.
What about people who get like those treatments that, I don't know, there's this girl I see, she's British, she's black, she's a hairstylist, and she does like this treatment on black women typically with curly hair, and it's like a permanent straightening treatment.
Okay.
So, but it's not like a relaxer or a perm or anything, and it's not like technically bad for their hair. But would that be considered a straight natural? Because obviously their hair still grows back in curly, but that, you know, whatever's left is straight, and then she like reapplies the treatment every like, I think like twice a year or something.
I wouldn't say so, only because if you are using chemicals to manipulate the way that your hair grows out of your head for an extended period of time, like a relaxer or something like that, then I wouldn't consider that a straight natural. I would consider your hair being processed and it's not in its natural state. Because a straight natural literally...
So if somebody who gets silk presses, is that also a straight natural?
Like, for example, if I always got, like every time I did my hair, I silk pressed it, that would be a straight natural. So if I always wore my hair like this, it'd be a straight natural.
Even though you never wear it in its natural state.
Correct. Because my hair isn't manipulated with any like chemicals. So it is technically still natural. If I wash my hair, it'll revert back. But I style it naturally.
Okay.
So think of like if I were to do an equivalent, it'd be like a wig natural.
Okay.
They have their natural hair, but they never wear it. So it'd be a wig natural.
Talk about some wig natural.
I mean, your natural hair is there. You just
she's shading you wig girlie's bad. She not fucking with y'all right now, or
I mean, I really don't like wigs. I'm not even like gay here. Anytime I see a woman who wears predominantly wigs, it turns me off completely.
Wow.
I don't think I could ever date someone who wears predominantly wigs. I actually don't like wigs at all. I think they look really ugly most of the time.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Really?
I think they look ugly most of the time. I can always see the lace.
Yeah, there are some stylists who do really, really good hair where you can't see the lace. I feel like when I got that wig done, I couldn't see my issue with wigs, I think for me personally, is the maintenance. They're so hard to maintain. 2 days in, lace is lifting, wig is itchy. Yeah. You can't use the black band. Now your lace is dyed black. Gotta put the scarf on. You gotta, get the spritz and the spray and to lay it down. You're over here cutting off circulation to your ear.
Yeah, no, I personally
can't do it.
Maybe that's my qualm with wigs. I also just don't find them attractive at all.
Really?
Like
I like the deep wave wigs a lot.
I know, I don't like any of them.
The ones I shy away from the most are the ones that are straighter.
I don't like any of them.
Wow. I love curly puffy hair, so.
The only wigs that I could tolerate are wigs that I don't know if they're wigs. If I don't know if it's a wig, then cool. But if I know it's a wig, I'm not gonna like it.
Okay, yes, those girls who wear those wigs with just a little bit of leave out in the front, and they're always like curly.
Fine.
Oh,
that's fine. That's totally fine. If the wig looks like, if I can look at you and I can be like, I could see you have that kind of hair grow out of your head, then yeah, I can respect it. And like again, I know that black people with straight hair exist, but guess what? I've never seen one in my life. I know that they exist. And
He said, I know they're not a myth, but I never seen it.
And I never seen it, and I can guarantee you that beach wave is not your hair, and that's not what goes out of your head. And I'm sorry, but no. And if you are a Black person with naturally straight hair and you have straight extensions, whoop de whoop, that's fine. I'm a very big person on natural everything. Like, I don't care for makeup that much. When I do my nails, I do my natural nails. Like, all the times I've done my nails, I've grown out my natural nail and I've had them put like,
I love a good acrylic.
Yeah, I've had them put like, I am just a really, really big proponent of being your natural self. I want to be with someone where when I wake up and I see them and I turn around, I'm not seeing a whole different bitch. I'm not like you. I'm not seeing a whole different bitch.
I'm fried.
You're not putting your hair on. You're not putting your face on. You're not putting your nails on. This is just naturally how you look. Like, I'm not. This isn't.
I don't feel like nails really add or take away from the look.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying, for me personally,
yeah.
in terms of what I find attractive, I don't care that much for nails per se, because like, I don't. It's just nails.
Sexually.
But like everything else, I don't care to be with a Build-A-Bitch.
Oh.
Night and day. You come home looking. You leave the house looking one way. You come home looking a different way. I'm sorry.
Lord have mercy.
Call me anti-Black. Call me whatever you want. I don't want to be with a Build-A-Bitch. Every single time, if you're a wig girly and all you wear is wigs, that's fine.
Someone else want to get into makeup so bad. Well,
me too.
It's just so much work.
No, me too. Here's the thing. I want to get into makeup as well, but here's the difference. First of all, skin is clear. I take care of my skin, and I wouldn't always wear makeup. That's the thing. I'm not saying you can't do these things. Like, if I had a girl who wore a wig every once in a while, blase, blah, whatever, that's fine. But if I'm always getting a version of you that isn't how you look like for real, I don't want it. Give it to somebody else. Like, it'd be night and day.
It do sometimes.
It'd be night and day. Let me take this off. I'm like, wowzers. Jump scare. Like, all of my exes were pretty natural, I would say. Well, when it was white. Maybe that's about it. But the other one, I would say she was pretty natural.
Yeah.
Just natural.
Did she ever wear makeup? I don't know.
She did wear makeup, yeah. But the person I went to bed with was the same person I went out with.
Hello.
See?
Clock that tea.
Same person.
That's what's important. Hey.
So I'm sorry. Maybe that's why I don't like the wig so much, is because I can't.
It's triggering you.
It does. Like, I can't do it. It really does grind my gears. Like, the amount of people, oh, I think you're cute, I don't think you are. I think you look cute now, but you're not going to look cute after you take all that off. Because when was the last time your hair saw the light of day?
Oh, my Lord.
Tell me that.
Riddle me this.
And we were just talking about this earlier. Imagine. It is unhygienic to keep your hair tucked away.
Yeah.
For extended periods of time. No wash, no nothing in between. Your hair is just there. If you don't wash your hair, imagine if a white person told us that they wash their hair once every 2 months.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
I'm guilty. When I used to have braids in, or like locks, I used to be guilty of that.
No.
Yeah.
Over a month is enough for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Especially just speaking for my lifestyle, like, I exercise a lot. All of that sweat and hey, please, Jesus.
I don't exercise a lot. I just be going on a walk. I live a nice leisure. I like leisure. Like, I go on a walk. Walking to class was enough exercise for me, because it was already 90 degrees outside anyway.
Yeah,
that was my sweat. I was sweltering, actually.
No, I'm crying. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean to the wig girlies. At the end of the day, I'm just a random person.
They gonna hear this and be like, damn, you hate a wig girly from infinity to infinity.
I don't hate them. I just, like, my sister's a wig girly. She is.
She is a wig girly. That bang was cute last time.
It was cute. I love my sister. Her hair is cute. I be watching her pluck the lace, lift the lace, all of that. I watch her all the time. It's fine. I just don't want that for myself. And I again, like, my sister, she's my sister. Yeah. I don't gotta marry my sister. I'm thinking about someone like I want to marry, and all I see is you with the 40 bust down.
What if your partner wore wigs like once a month?
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't care if you
want 1 week out the month.
Yeah, I don't care if you want a wig for a nice little occasion.
But like, what if they wore like braids 2 weeks out of the month, natural hair for like a week?
That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna leave you with this. She asked me before, like, how often would I want the average Black woman to wear their hair?
Yeah.
I said 60-40.
Oh, right. I did ask that question.
So for me personally, my personal life, someone that I would want to marry, I would want 70-30.
Okay.
And when I say natural hair, it doesn't have to be afro, wash and go, none of that. It could be manipulated in any type of way they want. but I would expect 70-30.
Valid.
And then the 30%, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you got locks. I don't care if you got a helmet for a wig. I don't care what you have. As long as for the most part, I know how you look like.
Yeah,
and I know who
that.
you are.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's not the case, then please exit stage left. I'm not doing that.
Exit stage
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yes.
Let's talk about how this kind of how this differs in different diasporas, because I'm Haitian, Mimi is Nigerian, and obviously, as you saw earlier, we kind of have different perspectives and like different ways that we kind of grew up with our own natural hair, and it is different, I think, from culture to culture and how cultures deal with it. I grew up, and most of the Haitian people around me, with the exception of my mom, honestly, my mom was always the outlier. Always the outlier. All the other Haitian people I knew, they wore their natural hair for the most part, or like wigs and stuff. But even then, like,
Nigerians are really big on wigs. To be fair, that's
really?
a lot of wigs. I feel like all the girls, like the young women, the daughters, like we all had our hair in braids, cornrows, whatever it was, pick and drop, stuff like that. But my mom and my aunts always had a bad wig on. Y'all, they always had a bad wig on, whether it be a little pixie, a little curly moment, little blonde, a little this. They always had a wig on. Yeah.
Interesting. I think I noticed people wear wigs for like church and stuff like that. But for the most part, like, and
they relax their hair a lot as well. All my aunts.
I will say, like, I'm not like novice to like people getting relaxers. I did witness relaxers growing up, and I think also too, being Caribbean in the United States kind of warps that a little bit, because of like, eventually I would say that as a Caribbean American, you just end up assimilating to whatever the system is in the United States. So like, I might have grown up and witnessed most people wear their natural hair, but now as adults or as young adults now, most of those same people are not wearing their natural hair. They're with girlies, or they're braid bust downs or whatever. So I think as kids, most of the people I knew wore their natural hair, but as adults, they also too ended up assimilating to the culture of like, hey, I'd rather wear a beach wave instead of my natural hair. I don't know why that is, and I think it's just because of like
Eurocentric standards and stuff like that.
Eurocentric standards, because those do impact it a lot, and I think that's just what that is. But also too, what is so interesting to me about the Eurocentric standard of it all is like, we make the joke about a white man loves a girl with a bad wig, but I also think for the most part, most white people prefer the natural.
They do, more than our black counterparts. And why is that? We know it's internalized hatred and racism, but yes,
because I think about like, when I think about the stereotypical wig, 30-inch bust down baddie, she don't got a white man.
She does not have a white man.
She does not have a white man on her head.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have a good man.
She does not have a white man on her head.
Yeah.
She really, really doesn't, right? But I will say, like, I see, if I can see, like, when I think of a black woman with a white man,
think of Serena Williams. Well, no, I'm thinking about Serena Williams and her husband. Okay.
Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And her husband.
Well, they all have the same.
Oh, no.
Well, they don't really have.
No. Kataji Brown. What's her name?
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, her husband's white. Isn't he? Yeah. There you go.
She has locks, right?
I think so. Like, that's kind of what I picture. I don't picture a bust down baddie.
Yeah, they're not bust down baddies.
So it's very interesting to think about like how Eurocentric, like, we're trying to adhere to Eurocentric standards, but really those kinds of groups of people don't really. Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But I would say in Haitian culture, I will say looser hair is also deemed as prettier hair. I think that's just standard throughout. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know any culture that thinks differently unless it's like a unique tribe in Africa. But like, I'm not gonna lie, Haitian people also do prefer looser curl textures. A lot of people kind of talked about my mom's hair and like thought it was so pretty all the time because my mom always had the longest hair in the room and stuff like that. And also her hair was always straight. So that's interesting. My mom, though, before she had gotten her relaxer, had hair just like mine, if not like 4A or something, but had hair just like mine. So I will say Haitian people do also prefer looser hair textures, but not many of them have it. So it's like,
like, what y'all want? Oh my gosh. And on the flip side, in African culture, when I was doing research on this, I had actually found something about the Himba community.
Ooh.
And they're a tribe that resides around Namibia and Angola. I'm trying to remember which one is above and which one is below. But it's either southern Namibia and northern Angola, or southern Angola and northern Namibia. I don't remember which is on top of each other. But they said that hairstyles play a significant role within the Himba community and reflect marital status, age, wealth, and rank within the group.
Ooh.
Hair braiding is a communal activity with the range of styles differing from tribe to tribe. Close relatives spend hours creating elaborate and socially symbolic hairstyles.
Interesting.
But that was really sweet, and it reminded me of how hair can be a community thing as well.
No, for sure. Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally think it can be, and I wish it was more like that in the United States, but it's not. And I
No, actually, when I was in research, they were saying how barber shops are kind of like a community in the United States when it comes
I would
to
say
hair
barber
and stuff
shops
like that, and
are.
like salons and stuff like that.
I would say that, yeah.
And I was watching Girlfriends as of late, and they have Maya's cousin, I think it's his name, Ronnie or something. He owns a salon, and every time they're in that salon, I'm like, I really do feel a sense of community. Cause
No, I would say that. I definitely would say the barbershops do have like even like thinking of, I don't know, not Hairspray, but there was like a movie.
Barbershop?
Barbershop.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. Barbershop. Yeah, like I definitely do think
oh, there's another one with Queen Latifah, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. But and it's funny because it's like Black men always wear their natural hair.
They do.
Like it's never an issue for them.
It's never been like, what else could I do?
But it's always an issue for us, which that's always an issue for us.
Why do they hate women so much?
Why?
And on that note, let's talk about hijabi culture when it comes to hair and stuff like that.
Oh, please don't ask me these questions.
No, because wait, I saw a video. Well, it was funny. I saw a video recently, and it was of a hijabi woman, and she was saying that the hijab obviously is not for men, it's for women. And then some men had responded to the video saying, "Oh, that's crazy, blase, blase, blase." And obviously, like neither of us wear a hijab. I wear a scarf, and I don't think anybody thinks this is a hijab or anything like that. But I think that is an interesting conversation when it comes to hair as well, because what about them?
You know what's funny is I actually, when I first did my mini twist, because I didn't feel comfortable with them and because like my hair was damaged, so they look just straggly.
Poking out everywhere.
They didn't look good. Maybe I'll enter
hair growing up and out.
Yeah, maybe I'll insert a photo later, but they just didn't look good. I wore scarves, headscarves, like mainly headscarves for like a good year. So no one I had my natural hair, but no one really saw it but me. I will say, but I really did appreciate that my hair wasn't the topic of conversation. I kind of did appreciate having my hair tucked away. So when it comes to the conversation of like the hijab, I don't want to say too much only because I don't know too much about it. But at the same time, I can understand wanting to tuck your hair away. So that's just one less thing that people have to analyze about you or to think about. And I think that, I don't know, I think for me there was a bit of power that I got back to know that my hair was mine and mine alone to deal with and worry about and to judge, honestly. But
no, I do understand, because that whole aesthetic thing, everybody, don't judge a book by its cover, but obviously like that's what you have to judge it off of. But yeah, I feel like when your hair is tucked away, I love looking at my face on my hair when I have a scarf on. I feel like I look so much prettier. I'm like, wow.
It brings, I think also too, at least like the way, because I wear my headscarf similar to that as well. It brings a lot of attention to your face.
It does. It really does.
Like it brings a lot of attention to your face.
Guys, I've been called so many races. Indian as of late. Somebody asked me if I was Ethiopian one time.
Yeah. It's very easy to hide behind your hair.
Yeah.
I think like kind of wearing a headscarf kind of takes away from that.
Yeah.
And I've also gotten mistaken as hijabi many times.
Oh, I've actually never been mistaken as a hijabi wearing a scarf. Really?
I have a couple times where like people are like, "Hey, I don't mean to be rude. Like, are you Muslim?" and stuff like that. I never found it offensive.
Wow.
I think it's because a lot of people thought like I was from East Africa.
Valid. You could be like probably like from Chad or something.
Something like that. So they thought I was East African, and they were like, "Oh, so are you? Whatever." And I always said no, but I never was offended that way. I don't want to talk about like the religious and cultural significance of it only because I don't think that's my place, but just speaking from the perspective of someone who has tucked her hair away in like a scarf or something, I kind of get the appeal. I
get it too. Honestly, guys, I love wearing a scarf. The only thing is that it is hard to match outfits when you don't have like a variety of scarves, but I love it. I love a good scarf.
No, I totally agree. And I need more of a collection of scarves because I only really have a black one.
This is not even a scarf. This is a pashmina.
Ooh, what is that?
Like a wrap that you would wear like with like a backless dress or something.
Oh, like a
like a shawl or something.
Exactly. No, that's totally cool. Yeah. Another thing about this conversation too, good hair versus bad hair.
Oh,
I saw a video of this mom doing her daughter's hair, and she's like, "You don't have that good hair. You got that nappy, Imagine telling that to your child. Oh,
I'm really immediately thinking about Beyonce's lyric, "Becky with the good hair."
Yeah.
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 Mind you, even her in her own right, we rarely see her natural
And you
hair.
want to know what's funny too? Is like, even though I have type 4 hair, now I get told that it's easier for me to wear my natural hair because I have the good hair.
Really?
Like I had a conversation with someone about mini twists one day, and they were like, "Well, it's not fair because look at how your mini twists look like. Like your mini twists look full, and they look like this and they look like that. So of course it's easier for you to wear mini twists than me." And it's like my mini twists didn't always start that way, but also too, like I think when we think of good hair, we always think of looser texture. But I think it's also longer hair, thicker hair, coarser hair that also is considered good hair, or hair that is just nice looking in their natural state. Like, not, you know what I mean? Like my mom got told all her life that she has good hair. The hair that she has on her head isn't even hers. But no, it is hers. It is hers.
It's not in the natural state.
But it's not in its natural state, exactly. And like for me, I also got told, like growing up, despite the fact that like I have type 4 hair, 4B, 4C hair, oh, I have good hair too, just because like my hair looks a type of way or whatever.
I've never gotten any like good bad hair allegations. I don't think. My hair is always, I've only been told that my hair is soft. That's
exactly. I've been told a lot that my hair is soft. You have the easy hair, and stuff like that, which is like, okay,
like things. I guess. Okay,
no, that's fine. I mean,
okay, girl.
And it's
what
always
I gotta say?
And bad hair is always type 4 hair, which really does upset me. It's always type 4 hair.
Yeah.
Always type 4 hair. And it really is like, I remember when I went to Brazil for the first time. I went to Rio and I saw this girl with 4C hair, and I knew it was 4C because it looked 4C. I could foresee that it was 4C. And
okay, play on words. Y'all heard that?
And
is that a double entendre?
Not even. I don't know. Let's go with that.
I hope it is.
But
don't tell me if I'm wrong.
I saw her at the beach and she was in the water. She gets out the water. Her hair is down to her butt. The water is like weighing her hair down. Prettiest hair I've ever seen in my life. Pretty 4C, all of that. Prettiest hair I've ever seen.
I love 4C hair. It's gorgeous. The coils are stunning.
Hair. And I think, like a lot of people, if I had longer hair, I'd feel much more better about wearing my natural hair.
Yeah,
we're working on it.
Length is always an issue for us, but it's okay. We'll get there.
And there's nothing wrong. And I think that's another thing that I don't appreciate about the natural hair community is that they pretend like wanting length is an issue.
It's always the women who already have decently long hair who are doing these routines and these natural hair. Love yourself, but like your hair is already down past your boob, babe. Like we're not in the same category.
There's nothing wrong with wanting long hair.
Right
now, like this little, I hate it. Guys,
but we need people who have your hair like start doing natural hair videos for the people. Huh?
Mine needs to start doing natural hair.
Yeah, do it. And then maybe you'll inspire me and I'll help the TWA community. I'm going to be honest.
I already do enough to inspire
y'all. I don't do hair, child, please.
I already do enough to inspire y'all. Get someone else to
She said I do enough for y'all. Find somebody else to care.
I over here put my whole mental health business online to help y'all. That's enough. That's why you get someone else to do it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I can't help you. I'm so sorry. But no, that's a joke. I'm happy to maybe do a video once or twice about my natural hair and about my routine. I'm not good at those types of videos. But honestly, like, I want length.
Yeah.
You want to know who else wants length? Indian people, Asian people, white people, every group of people on the planet. I can guarantee you, most of them wants length. Unless we're talking about some hair. like. Come on, let's talk about. You want to know how much white people spend to get extensions on their hair when their hair isn't long enough? Indian people shaving their daughters' hairs off when they're younger to make sure that it grows thick and long. We're not even going to talk about Asian hair, which Asian hair is a whole different thing
oh my gosh, thick, voluptuous.
We're not going to talk about what Asians do to make sure that their hair is long.
That's a real jet black bust down.
That's a real jet black bust down. We're not even going to talk about that. There should be no reason why black people are the only people that are demonized for wanting longer hair. There's no reason no, everyone wants long hair. You're a liar if you suggest otherwise. That's not the problem.
It's long hair girls telling people that too. Like, please go to hell.
That's not the problem. I think the only difference between black people and every other culture in terms of wanting to get that long hair is that we neglect our hair.
Yes.
I don't think, if anything, other cultures pour into their hair.
They do with the hair oiling routines and stuff like that. Very extensive. Exactly, I know in the South Asian community. Yeah. Exactly. Korean hair care, the hair spas that they have over there in East Asian communities. Like
100%. And like I said,
dang it, we have 10-hour wash days. Oh gosh.
Like I said, give me another year to figure out what's wrong with my hair, and we'll be there. Give me a year. Give me a year. We're still in the trial and error phase.
Give me 1 year.
No, for sure.
1 more year.
On this topic, though, women's safety in the beauty industry, unsafe home salons, lack of registration, and licensed cosmetologists,
Which we touched on a little bit.
we touched
Yeah.
on a little bit, and I think also too, it helps. It doesn't help when we're not giving the right
Yeah.
information, and when we're given a ton of different information, we don't know what to follow. And I think that's another issue that a lot of people have. Like, they want to take care of their hair, but they don't know what information to listen to and what information not to listen to. I'll just say I'm going through this myself. And I hate having to spend the money, but I'd rather spend the money on this instead of a wig or braids. Just getting a professional who knows your hair who will do it for you.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, guys, once I step into more money, I'm never touching my hair again. I'm gonna be just like my mom. I'm never touching my hair again. This woman rarely touches her hair.
Like, oh, you know Jackie Aina? Yeah.
She never touches her hair.
Yeah.
Someone is always doing her hair for her. Like, that's where I want to be, where there's a professional who knows my hair, who knows what it needs, knows what it doesn't need, knows what to switch it up. My mom has done that her entire life, always gone to one stylist, and that's why her hair has always been so long. And I want to do the same.
Yeah. And also, don't be afraid to ask these cosmetologists or lack of cosmetologists if they are licensed, where they were licensed, a picture of their license. Like, you guys should not just be going to people's salons because word of mouth or because their stuff is cute.
Absolutely.
Next thing you know, you have a hair infection, your hair is falling out, alopecia this, they're scamming you this, the rules are this, they robbed you here, copay here, like, please. Deposits, again, for hair appointments, crazy work. That doesn't make any sense. Are you, what? Is this a hotel?
What is this hotel? I'm crying. And I'm also even thinking about, too, like, a lot of us don't even know about the risk of the things that we do put in our hair, like relaxers, cancer risk.
Every day there's a new black hair product that's coming out that has a high risk of cancer, high risk of pesticides, of chemicals, whether it be in the braiding hair is synthetic, whether it be in the wigs and the conditioners and the shampoos. And it's always black women's hair care.
You know what? I heard that relaxers actually increase your chances of getting uterine fibroids.
Of course they do.
And you want to know something? Speaking about my mom, who has the long, luscious hair that we've been talking about this entire time, my mom had to get her uterus removed because of uterine fibroids. Now, I'm not going to say that it's because of the relaxer.
Would you tell her that, though?
Huh?
Did she know that?
No, she wouldn't care.
Oh.
It's already gone.
That's valid.
But I'm not going to say I can't, there's no evidence to prove that it is because of the relaxer, but I find the correlation very interesting.
Yeah.
Especially given the fact that my mom has spent more time with a relaxer in her hair than she
without.
has without.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to kind of think of that too. And it's also even more interesting to think about how deep the hatred runs, to know that, like, imagine getting all these products and putting all these products in your hair, knowing how terrible they are for you and doing it anyway.
Yeah. And I think that you guys also need to stop watching everybody's, like we talked about, everybody's hair care routine and thinking it's going to work for you. Yeah. It works for them. You guys need to read the ingredients, do the research, look up what works for your hair, go see a trichologist.
Yeah.
If you need one, okay, stop. They said you should soak your braiding hair in ACV, get the chemicals out, just do the research. If you have to do a DIY remedy to all these expensive products, then do that. But just do what's best for your health and your hair and not what everybody else is saying is best for them.
And your lifestyle too. Listen, at the end of the day, if being a wig bust down is the one you want, is the person you want to be, I'm not going to beat you up for it. No one's going to beat you up for it. That's at the end of the day. I think it's all about just understanding the consequences of the kind of messages that we put across. And I do think about the fact that I have a 3-year-old baby sister now, and the fact that we still don't have the representation we need, honestly. And it really is unfortunate, thinking about all the black media that we have. Everyone screams representation, but all of a sudden it doesn't matter when it comes to natural hair.
Because we were even trying to think, ooh, who do we know who has natural hair? And nobody was coming to mind. Ooh, Viola Davis?
No. I mean, I've seen her with her natural hair a couple of times, yeah.
So nobody? Like, that we can really think of,
no one, not really, no. I mean, I guess, like, Amanda Stenberg wears her natural hair a lot.
I wish I used to love her. Whatever happened to her?
Not a clue, actually. Amanda Stenberg, but also, too, like, she has...
Zendaya used to have her little curly
But she also has looser texture.
Yeah.
Looser texture, yeah. Nia Long, no, I've never seen her with her natural hair.
None of them. Saying Lathan. Megan Good, no.
Nope, never seen her either.
Kelly Bay. Everybody did applaud Beyonce for letting Blue Ivy run and just have her natural hair out for the longest time, and now her hair is very long and healthy. Yeah. And you see how that happens when you have your kids leave their natural hair in its natural state, and you just take care of it. Look at her daughter's hair now; it's luscious, long, healthy.
You know,
Cardi B.
Yeah, we actually never touched
She's
on.
great at this. She just launched a hair care line.
We also never have actually talked on the genetics of natural hair because a lot
Yes.
of people think that their hair just doesn't grow. And I actually held that belief for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what my genetics are, but my dad had long hair,
Mm-hmm.
my mom has long hair, my grandmother has long hair, my great grandmother has long hair.
Cannot relate, unfortunately.
So it becomes a question of like, is it really genetics or am I really just not taking care of my hair the way that it should? Like I remember like the stories that I heard, my mom always braided my dad's hair and stuff like that. And we all know my mom takes care of her hair a lot. And I think of like every single time, like clockwork, I don't know not one celebrity black celebrity whose child doesn't have long hair.
Yeah.
So it's genetics for everybody else but them, you know?
Ooh.
And I think about it like, is that a lie that we genuinely just told ourselves? Because
no, I think it is genetics for a lot of people. I don't know. Like my dad is bald, and my mom's hair has always been short. So
right, no. I know that, like for example, like when I did research on this, I know that Asian hair grows the fastest.
Grows. I don't.
No, it does grow the fastest.
What do you like? How fast?
They have a specific gene that makes it so that they grow the fastest. I think
like how fast?
Two. So the average hair growth is like 1/2 an inch per month.
Yeah.
I think theirs is 1.5.
Really?
Or 1.5 inch per month.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, so like, it is
a lot
true.
of people like me. I can tell my hair growth the best when my hair is dyed, obviously, because I can see the difference. I don't even think it's genetics. I think a lot of people suffer from breakage,
and that's actually what I was going to touch on too.
Yeah,
some hair is more resilient to breakage than others. My mom, because she has such coarse, thick hair, her hair can withstand a lot more than my hair can.
Well, you know, my hair is fine when it comes to like dye, though, but my hair still breaks off all the time.
Yeah, like see, my hair breaks off very easily too. So I think it's another thing. I think hair grows; it's gonna grow regardless. It's gonna grow. Like even like my hair has been the same length for a few, I would say like for the last 8 months, but that's because I've had to cut it at this length because I've had my stylist take a picture of my hair each time and it grows and I've seen it, but I just have to cut it off because of the damage after the fact. So I think also too, it is true. Our hair does not grow as quickly.
I'm going to paint y'all a picture. The last time I chopped off my hair was 2019 or 2020. I did it twice. I think it was 2019 or 2020. Since then, it's 2026. Before I locked my hair, I blew it out. I measured it. And the longest part of my hair was literally 5 inches.
Interesting. How long is 5 inches?
Half a foot? Less than half a foot.
No, I know. I'm just trying to visualize.
Oh, it went to like, I think like maybe like here somewhere. Like where I pulled it from up here.
I think that's how long.
But mind you, I chopped my hair off in 2019. And I locked my hair at the end of 2025.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years worth of hair growth.
But it could be, I don't even think it's 6 years worth of hair growth. I think it's 6 years worth of hair retention. Because you did mention that your hair breaks off a lot.
Yeah, and I was dyeing my hair from 2021 to 2025 as well.
Yeah, like it's probably 6 years of hair retention. Like I think about that too.
Hey, I retained 5 inches over 5 years.
I mean, that's something, right?
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's like black hair does grow differently than other races of hair.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that our hair doesn't grow. And it is true that we do have a harder battle to face because the fact that our hair is coily or curly. The curlier the hair, the harder it is to grow because the bends of our hair creates weak points that can easily snap off. So it is true. It is a fight of hair retention. I will say I do appreciate that the conversation around natural hair went from our hair doesn't grow to we need to work on hair, like length retention. I think maybe a decade ago, length retention wasn't even in our vocabulary.
Yeah, it was not. It was not.
So I do appreciate that now that's really what they're emphasizing because now you know it's not a matter that your hair doesn't grow. It's a matter of the fact that like your hair is breaking off faster than it can grow.
Because it's always growing.
And like, I don't know, I think in order to see the fruits of your labor, you have to put in the labor.
Yeah.
And I think
continuously, unfortunately.
Continuously.
At least probably like what, 4 or 5 months?
100%.
Yeah.
But like, and also too, like I said in the beginning of the video or of the podcast, you spent most of your life neglecting your hair.
Yeah.
You can't expect it to bounce back just because you started taking care of it for a few years. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. And unfortunately, that is a disservice that our parents did to us because they didn't take care of our hair as they should have. But
Or
like,
teach us, unfortunately.
or they teach us. Like my mom, did she braid my hair and stuff?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But she didn't know what length retention was. She didn't know what moisture was. She didn't know what leave-in conditioners
Yeah.
were. She kind of just braided and left it alone. And like,
Mhm.
who cared about breakage? Who cared about any of that? Because she didn't know it
Yeah.
because her hair was always straight, right? So it's definitely different. So I think overall, when it comes to reclaiming your hair and moving forward with your own natural hair journey, understand if you don't want to reclaim your natural hair journey, that's fine. Just know the consequences of that. And B, if you do decide to reclaim, be patient with yourself, be patient with your hair, trial and error, learn. Listen, I just had to cut off 4 inches of my hair. I'm not a fan, but at the end of the day, it's
yes, big chop, please, guys. I really want to note that I understand that length, like we did talk about, is a big factor with the black hair community, but all due respect, you guys look so crazy with the straight ends and the curly hair. You look certifiably insane.
Sometimes they're trying too hard to maintain.
And I get that you want that length, but sometimes for the health and just for like maybe your mental health, like just chop it all off. And I feel like you're gonna feel like a weight slipped over your shoulders.
And also too, if your hair could grow that long in the first place, it could grow that long again. Like I think
exactly.
I think you'll definitely be fine. Yeah. So definitely like stop. I get the whole length thing, but hell, at the worst case scenario, put extensions.
Exactly.
You know,
and you can't afford all these crazy products, guys. Like we said, DIY it. Yeah. Cardi B started off with her DIY hair products. She showed everybody, and now she launched her actual hair care line. And look at her hair. She showed us her growing it from short to butt length.
Find a professional.
Yep.
If you can afford it. But granted, if you're buying wigs and doing all of that, I bet
you can afford it.
You can afford it.
Them wigs are very pricey.
Very pricey. You gotta pluck, you gotta dye, you gotta lay to the side. Anyway, find a professional who can take care of your hair for you. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to cut some off if it means that you grow extra in the process. It's gonna be trial and error. Like when I was in that salon, he was just I'm not gonna lie, did it hurt? For sure, but I knew at the end of the day it had to go. It's either that or I was just gonna be stuck at this length forever. Exactly. So it had to go. Exactly. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, too, do whatever is best for your life and for your lifestyle. Yeah. Like I said before, I can't wear wash and goes all the time because my lifestyle doesn't permit it. You try and do jujitsu with the wash and go. You try and roll on the mat with the wash and go and tell me how the heck that's gonna go for you. Let me know how that's gonna go. I'm not doing it. Do what's best for your hair and for your lifestyle. If you work a job that's high finance and you know that you have to look in tip-top shape and you got to wear that wig and you got to wear that hair straight, no one's going to beat you for that. No vex. But in the reality, at the end of the day, it's about the relationship you have with your hair, not necessarily about how you wear it. And once you repair that relationship, it'll be easier to wear it in whatever you want. And I hope one day we can get to the point where it's 60-40.
Yeah, ma'am. I know that's right.
And stop wearing them damn wigs.
She said stop wearing them damn wigs.
Can't stand it. Anyway,
I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed our thoughts on the natural hair community, the wigs, the locks, the hair care, and all above. Hope you learned something new. I hope we gave you something to sit with, something to ponder. Anyways, anything to add?
I'm going to go drown myself in allergy medication.
Or no, clear. Okay, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye.
Ciao, beijos.